what does reclaiming narratives mean to you?
So I've got a little bit of a quote here that I wrote, and it means sort of like taking control of our stories, ensuring that our the stories are told from our perspective and reflect our true experiences. It involves highlighting the achievements, struggles, and contributions of our community, which have been overlooked and misrepresented. So by reclaiming our narratives, we empower our community and educate others about our rich history and cultural heritage, especially here in the UK.
So, how would you go about planning Black History Month with the theme of reclaiming narratives?
We always use the REM Insights and Ideas Black History Month document as a framework that allows us to sort of like get ideas, sort of like get our creative energies flowing and figure out what we want to do to make it quite inclusive. And we also look at working with local historians and artists to curate like events. So, for example, we did for Windrush 75, we hosted Dr. Michael Macmillan, who is the author of the Front Room book, and he came and did a sort of like an online talk and went through his book. I mean, the stories about the front room resonated with so many colleagues, not just our Black colleagues, but all cultures who resided in the UK as part of the Windrush years, for example. We also organised a Loose People panel talk where we spoke about our front room experiences, our lived experiences um, by local colleagues. So people recognised us. And then we had like a sort of a Windrushy themed slideshow of our family photos in the background. So it kind of like, brought the whole kind of concept of what we were trying to do together. So it all flowed through the event.
So, as you know, Race Equality Matter is about focusing on meaningful action. So, how would you go about measuring the impact of Black History Month?
I mean, there's many ways you can measure, isn't there? So, you've got your attendance records, your social media metrics, you've got surveys and feedback. But I feel like community testimonials are really important. The voices of our allies, I think, is so crucial. Like, I remember screening my documentary and at work for one of our Black History Months. And the director of one of the directors actually said to me, that the story resonated with her, and she described it as a reflection of her own experience of
Mm.
coming to England and from Ireland in the 1960s. So I think those type of testimonials kind of underscore the universal themes of migration and integration, but then it also reinforces the broader relevance of our work that we do. I'm really keen as well that it brings some kind of positive action, sort of like in terms of behavioural change.
Mm.
So a year ago, we committed to listening and acting on feedback. And as a result, our leaders have taken steps to become more inclusive and supportive. Um, and that includes sort of like we're doing now this developing diverse leadership program. I just think it's really important that we maintain consistency and with a consistent effort by continually nudging our organisations to stay committed. I think that's really key. We have to keep pushing, nudging. I call it nudging, just gently
Mm. Mm.
nudging, and we'll get
Yeah,
to what we really need to be
brilliant.
in
Thank you.
terms of being inclusive.
That's fantastic, Joanna. So I'd say with Joanna's video and also Benita's videos, we can cancel our Netflix subscriptions. There's something to keep us busy over the weekend. So thank you for that. And I said we will share the wonderful stuff you've been doing. So thank you, Joanna.
I did want to mention as well, like while we're always sharing these stories, it's like a little bit of a health warning that we kind of discussed before, Javid.
Mm.
To make sure that we take care of ourselves, because even though we're telling these stories, a lot of the time they can be quite emotional. So
Mm.
it's really important while it's important to sort of like, have sort of like the joyous conversations that
Mm.
uplift us, but also those, challenging conversations that we can have about that. And trauma can be draining, so I just feel like just to remember to take care
Yeah.
of yourselves and while you're going through the process, and each other in the process of it.